Hello and welcome to the Disney Patrol podcast. My name is Hayden Lyle, and I am joined, as always, by Keegan Turner. And today we're going to be talking about the best Disney park for a one-day Disney vacation. I'm sure a lot of you have been on one-day Disney vacations. I know a lot of people who travel for business and stuff like that, frequent the Disney parks when they're traveling. And for those of you that hasn't been, I'm sure a lot of you have heard that you should try to, park hop and hit all the parks in one day, which is great in theory, but as most of you know, it is not possible to get everything done in one day. There's just no way to do it. And when you're wasting time traveling to and from every other park, instead of you could be using that time to be in the park. So we think it's best to just stay in one park and get everything done that you can. But we do have differing opinions on which park is better. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it off to Keegan. He's going to tell you which park he thinks is the best to spend one day at.
All right, jump straight into it. There's Magic Kingdom, obviously. That's mine.
Yeah, big surprise.
Yeah, right. So I'm just going to just go in through my eyes when the first time I went there. Kind of the first things I picked up on when I first went there as a kid was, the opening ceremony was a huge thing for me. I went in there. I walked in. I've never been before. I just have seen only Cinderella's castle, and there it is right in front of me. And then I see, Walt holding Mickey's hand. I'm seeing all this stuff, and then I'm seeing all my favorite characters come out, and they're doing this whole song and dance. My mind is exploded at this point.
Yeah, without doubt, I would say Magic Kingdom has the coolest entrance, the most awe-inspiring entrance.
For sure.
Get that. I agree
and
with that.
You start off in the parking lot, and then you walk in, and it's just a completely different. You're immediately sucked in through like a portal into a different universe over there.
There's so much to see. Just
walking in.
Your first 5 steps, you got all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
To see. So
especially never going before.
I get that.
And I think that Magic Kingdom captures everything Disney's going for, specifically, like in one little area. I think that it has the best concept of what Disney's all about.
It has the magic, quote
for sure.
unquote. Like when people think of Disney, they think of Magic Kingdom, they think of Cinderella Castle. Like I know my aunt, we just took her to Disney recently, and she hadn't been in 20 years, something like that. And when she was a kid, the only park that they had was Magic Kingdom. So when she thinks of Disney, she thinks of Magic Kingdom, and
right.
I'm sure it's like that for a lot of
people. And I think people who have never gone are like, oh, we need to go to the castle, we need to take a picture, we need to see this, we need to see that.
Right.
And that's all at Magic Kingdom.
But everybody thinks that. That's why Magic Kingdom is also usually the most crowded.
And that's the biggest downfall of Magic Kingdom is the crowds, the wait times. The size of the park is so small, and the size of the hype.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah, right. The size of the hype versus the size of the park is just totally not equal.
I agree.
So I'll start off with opening ceremony, and then you're walking around Main Street. You're seeing the trolleys. You're seeing all these people in outfits. You're seeing all these shops. You're seeing everything right there.
You got the bakery. You got the glass blowing.
Right. You're seeing all these things. It's like you're in a real little city.
Well, that's modeled after Walt's hometown.
Right. Yep. And it's just like everything. Your senses. They do the smell things. Your senses are heightened. Everything is crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
If you guys know what I'm talking about, they shoot out little smells across the park.
Magic Kingdom definitely has the best entrance.
Yes,
I agree, 100%. 1 point Magic Kingdom.
So I'll start off with a ride. Obviously, attractions. That's what my key points are for going to Magic Kingdom. On top of the great views, but Haunted Mansion.
It's a must-do. It's a classic.
A lot of the thing is that a lot of my favorite rides are in Magic Kingdom. So that's that's why I'm choosing this. But Haunted Mansion being one of those. Everything about it, a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't change a thing.
Wow.
Your wait line experience is even good.
With
Disney, that's more common, but
it has a decent quote. In the grand scheme of Disney, it's certainly not the best quote, but it has a good.
No.
It has a good quote. It's a good ride. It's a classic ride. I don't know about 10 out of 10.
I wouldn't change a thing.
I would put it on my must-do.
For sure. Especially if you're going for a day trip, you're definitely hitting up the Haunted Mansion.
But plus you're only going to wait max like a half hour in that line,
right.
That's a good one.
You get to go in there, you get to see all that stuff, you get to kind of relive it, I guess, and then you get to cool off. Which would bring me to my next point is Dole Whip. Obviously, Dole Whip.
The classic Magic Kingdom snack.
It's a huge thing. They're everywhere. Everyone's always talking about them.
Confession, I've been to Disney at least 25 times in my lifetime. I think I've had 3 Dole Whips.
Really?
So
I've only had one.
I'm a little lacking in that department,
I've
but
only had one.
They are very good.
They are very good. So if we want to just keep on the topic of food at this point, we got a lot of restaurants to go to, especially if you're going there for a day. You can choose one of these. There's a lot of different options.
I mean, I'd say besides Epcot, Magic Kingdom probably has some of the better dining options.
Right. And then there's a big range, too, which is nice.
Inside of the Disney parks. I mean, my favorites inside of Magic Kingdom probably be our guest restaurant.
For sure.
For lunch or dinner, they're both very good. Besides the Crystal Palace, if you're into the character dining thing,
Yes.
Crystal Palace is a great option.
That was a great thing for me as a kid, too, for sure.
Plus, if you book the earliest Crystal Palace dining reservation, you get to be in the park before anyone else, before they're open.
Right,
So that's a great time to get pictures with no one else in your pictures, for those of you that didn't know that. And then, I mean, they have tons and tons of counter service options if you're just looking for a quick bite. Liberty Tree Tavern is something a little bit different. If you're not looking for, the usual kids chicken fingers, kids burgers, Caesar salad, it's pretty much in every Disney quick service restaurant.
Yeah, yep. And you don't want to forget about the Main Street bakery there. That's got a lot of iconic snacks and things to see, and it's
a lot of those good smells are coming from there.
For sure.
You got Tony's Town Square Restaurant, which is modeled after the Lady and the Tramp restaurant. So that's that's another good one.
There's a little secret Easter egg in there not a lot of people know about. If you go out and you look out the back window, you can see the little
Kissing by the Fountain.
The classic scene.
Yep. There's a lot of good places to eat in Magic Kingdom. Well, that's another. I'll give that to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, for sure. So continue on my list of attractions. We're talking Pirates of the Caribbean. That's
another Disney
one
classic.
of your. I know it's one of your favorite movie series from Disney.
Yeah, absolutely. I put that on my top 5
for sure. You're a diehard Pirates of the Caribbean.
Gotta love it.
I kind of gave up after the third.
Hey, they're all entertaining. I'm not saying they're winning any awards.
Entertaining for
they're
sure.
All entertaining.
Sure. Well, one of the most classic Disney rides. Again, captures everything Disney's all about.
For sure. The
Definitely magic is so high in there. Like it's such a high level of you can't understand what's going on.
When you go to Magic Kingdom, you got to do all the classic rides. So Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, It's a Small World, Peter Pan, Country Bear Jamboree.
Peter Pan's also a huge thing for me. That was a big ride for me as a kid going for the first time. Again, wait lines are long, but
Peter Pan probably has the most ridiculous wait times out of any ride.
Right.
For what you get, I think it has the most ridiculous wait time of any ride in any Disney park.
So, I mean, it's a pretty long ride, I guess you could say. It's not long, but it's long-ish, and there's not that many things going on at once.
I mean, it is. I mean, you're on there for, a good 5 minutes, or I don't know the exact time, but you're on there for a good amount of time. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a thrill ride.
But I think it's a great ride if you've never been to Disney. I think you have to ride this ride.
Exactly, it's a Disney classic. But I mean,
you start off. You're looking over all the whole town. You're seeing all these Peter Pan characters. I mean, it was cool. It was crazy to me to see that. It really felt like you're above a city.
It is cool, and I mean, you look down and it looks like you're floating. It is very cool, especially if you haven't done it before. But I mean, if you look at the wait times of Magic Kingdom. You've got Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, in the number 1 spot.
Oh God.
You've got the Three Mountains fighting now for the 2nd spot, and then Peter Pan's Magic. I mean, I don't understand, but it always has a crazy wait.
Let's just jump right into Three Mountains. That's a huge, huge, huge thing for Magic Kingdom. I mean, you got Thunder Mountain, you got Splash Mountain, you got Space Mountain.
Those are the most iconic, I would say, of the Magic Kingdom attractions.
Right. I mean, Splash Mountain. Alone. That's where everyone gets their family picture on Splash Mountain, getting hit by the water. Everyone gets a family photo.
Everyone loves it.
Love it.
They actually took water out of Splash
Did
Mountain.
they?
Yeah, just at the end because they didn't. People were kind of complaining about
getting
too
wet.
Right. So they took
so
some water
ridiculous.
out, but
so ridiculous.
You still get Splash. It's still cool.
Thunder Mountain highlight on. This was one of my first memories of going to Disney. Was riding this ride. Me and my brothers got stuck, actually, coming out of the little gem diamond area, going up that hill. We got stuck.
Did you get passes?
Yeah, so we actually had to get loaded out, walk back. They sent the ride through, I think, and we got right back on.
Oh, that's not bad.
And they gave us a pass. They sent us through. We got stuck again. Right at the end, we got stuck. They sent us through one more time. It was dark. The fireworks were going off. I mean, it was crazy. That was like the best. That I remember so vividly was going around the corners and seeing like this nighttime desert scape, but also the fireworks blowing up in the background.
Getting stuck in a Disney ride, usually not the worst thing because you're usually going to get some free fast passes
I wouldn't choose anywhere else to get stuck. I'm choosing a Disney ride for sure.
I got stuck on Pirates of the Caribbean once and we got passes. I got stuck on Expedition Everest once, and it was pretty much the worst experience of my life. So that wasn't fun.
And where were you stuck?
Right on the top of, oh
my
that first.
God, that is the.
Climb.
I mean, I can't think of a worse place to be stuck at a Disney ride.
I'm not a big height guy, and that was awful. But besides that, getting the free fast passes that you can use anywhere is worth it.
Right.
So getting stuck is not the end of the world.
Fast passes are a great thing, especially you can use, like you said. Another one, Buzz Lightyear, the Space Ranger.
Another one of my favorites.
That's a great 999. That's a great ride. That's a great ride for families. You get to go through. You get to cool off. You have a little competitive nature of it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of going back to Thunder Mountain for a second. I mean, I think, for lack of a better term, pound for pound, I think that's one of the most fun rides.
I 100% agree.
It's not too fast. There's not,
and it's super smooth.
Right, no big hills, but it's fast enough. It has sharp turns. It's fun for the whole family. I love that ride a lot.
Yes.
I mean, not like a little unlike Space Mountain. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily take my kids on there.
No.
Space Mountain's also tons of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Another iconic Walt Disney or Magic Kingdom ride.
Right. So back to Buzz. I think just to highlight on this family-friendly aspect of it, I can't really, when it comes to Magic Kingdom, I can't really think of a much better highlighted of a family-friendly opportunity to go to.
Yeah, definitely a good, another, fun for the whole family type of ride.
Right. And to continue on with Mickey's PhilharMagic, that's a favorite of mine. It's not loved, but I love it.
Yeah, you're definitely not getting a wait time there.
No. I rode that thing. Sat through it, sorry, about 10 times in a row. Just sat there, loved every time.
That's a good one, but I
loved it.
I think that one is not long for this world.
No, I think it's on its way. Also, again, I would say that's probably not a must-do if you're going to Magic Kingdom.
No, but I mean, if you're going to spend a day in a park, I mean, you're going to have to do rides that they don't have a long wait. So I think that's actually a good one to have on the list.
True, and you get to if you're going there, I'm sure you know the songs, obviously.
Right. And if you're going to go, I mean, you're definitely going to get to do that one. So that's one you should put on your list for that. And maybe the Hall of Presidents, another one you're not going to have a long wait for.
I don't know.
I love the Hall of Presidents. With that being said, though, it is a long show to sit through. It might be a waste of time.
The Carousel of Progress.
Oh, another Disney classic.
I love that ride. I
love
it.
It's got a catchy song.
I mean, and it has so much history. A great thing to partner with Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is rich with Walt Disney's history.
Yeah, I mean, I think any ride that Walt Disney himself made, so Carousel of Progress, It's a Small World,
So Carousel of Progress used to be on like a fair circuit back in the day.
Well, World's Fair.
Yes, right. And they brought it.
Yep.
And I think the song obviously
won some awards for its animatronics, which is crazy to think about in today's world of animatronics.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a good ride for sure.
It's, again, that was another favorite of mine going as a kid, seeing it for the first time.
I mean, if you try to redo a Walt Disney ride, you're gonna mess it up. I mean, look what they did to the Tiki Room. If you ask me, it's it's a mess. But moving on.
That pretty much sums up my Magic Kingdom list. I think that my key hitting points for Magic Kingdom is there's a lot of rich history with Magic Kingdom. It's very family friendly. There's a lot of characters always walking around. A lot of the big characters that you want to get pictures and you sign your little autograph book. And just the point of it's very magical. It's very whimsical.
I think Magic Kingdom is, it has the quote unquote magic. It's the most Disney of the Disney parks.
For sure.
It definitely has the most history, but it's going to have a guaranteed long waits on the more popular attractions. It's going to be the most crowded almost every day.
Yep. I can't argue.
Cannot argue. With those things in mind, my pick for if a one-day Disney vacation would be Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom, is also my favorite park, but just to get it started, Animal Kingdom is the largest of the Disney parks. So even if it is a little more crowded, it's much bigger, so it's not going to seem, as busy as the other parks. It also has, a ton of things to do, whether it's attractions, shows, little side shows, parades, music performances, stuff like that. There's always something going on in Animal Kingdom. So
the parades in Animal Kingdom are awesome.
There's always something, going on that you can do. There's Pandora, which is relatively new to Animal
Mhm.
Kingdom, which if you haven't seen,
I have not been to Pandora
oh
yet.
my, it is the must do at Animal Kingdom. I mean, granted, it's going to be the
Really?
busiest.
We're talking must do.
The absolute must do. I
Wow.
mean, it
Okay.
is unlike anything else in not only Walt Disney World but the world. Like it's incredible.
I mean, obviously, I've seen the amazing technology with that animatronic.
It's incredible. I mean,
That alone
You're
is,
talking
I
about
would.
the shaman in the river,
Yes.
Navi River journey.
Yes.
It looks like a real human being.
I mean, you can't. I've seen plenty of video of it after it like came out. I
Right.
obviously watched it.
I mean, granted, she's like 7 feet tall, but she looks
Right.
like a real person.
The movement is
It's incredible.
It's
I mean,
uncanny.
For Flight of Passage, by far the coolest quo of any ride in Disney World. I mean, you need to fast pass to ride it unless you want to wait 3 hours. So get the fast pass if you can.
Right.
But the standby line is the coolest quo.
Really?
But
Really,
without doubt.
I haven't seen any footage or any pictures of that yet.
It's incredible. But I mean, you could just walk around in Pandora and have a great time. There's so much cool stuff to see. I mean, it really
Those hanging
the floating mountains.
Yes. Oh my God.
It is incredible. I mean, it really makes you feel like you're in a different world, which is really cool. And I mean, nighttime in Pandora is also a must see. Like if you go in the day, that's fine, but you have to go back at night to see the bioluminescence. The bioluminescence that they've incorporated into the design there is really cool. So definitely something to check out. Moving on to that, Animal Kingdom also has what, in my opinion, is the best roller coaster in all of Walt Disney World, which is Expedition Everest.
That's a very fair claim. I cannot argue that. I don't know about the best, but it's top 3 for sure.
I'm putting it on the best on my.
You're talking the number 1 slot.
The number 1 slot on my list for a couple reasons. One, with Pandora being in Animal Kingdom, waits for Expedition Everest have not been over an hour that
Really?
I've seen in a while.
Really?
At least when I'm there. So you're not going to wait a long time to ride it.
Still worth a fast pass.
No, I wouldn't fast pass it.
Okay.
No. Not
Now
if
a lot of people would. A lot of people would fast pass that ride.
If I had the opportunity, if you're going for one day, you probably didn't have time to plan for it.
Right.
So you're only going to be able to get your fast passes that day.
Right.
So there are probably going to be some available for that. But if it were me, I'd be getting fast passes for other stuff like Dinosaur, anything in Pandora if I could, which you probably not going to be able to with such short notice. But I mean, if I had room to, I would. But
So you're fast passing what?
if I'm not fast passing Expedition Everest,
Yeah, what are you going to fast pass?
probably Dinosaur.
Okay. Dinosaur's my favorite ride in Animal Kingdom.
Back to Expedition Everest. I mean, not only you're not going to wait a long time, it has a cool ride quo. It's a relatively long ride for a roller coaster.
Great, cool walk through and line. I love that.
It's a relatively long ride for a roller coaster.
It is.
You're going forwards, you're going backwards. There's loops. Right. You feel like you're going upside down. It has the works. So definitely another plus for Animal Kingdom on my list. Besides that, we kind of already hit on it, but Dinosaur is. It might not be the best roller coaster, but I think, in my opinion, it's the most fun ride in Animal Kingdom.
I love Dinosaur.
It is so much fun for those of you that have ridden. I mean, you can't beat it for fun.
No.
Certainly not in the Animal Kingdom. And,
No.
I mean, there's few rides in any other park that are going to beat it for fun. But, again, maybe not a fun ride for the whole family because it is dark. There's loud sounds.
Yeah,
there's
the
scary
first time I
dinosaurs.
rode that as a kid, I freaked out. I was not expecting the T-Rex at a corner pocket there.
It might not be the best ride for a family, but if you're out there on a business trip by yourself, definitely a must-do.
For sure.
On that, for sure. Another plus the Animal Kingdom is, I mean, I kind of hit out in the beginning, but like you never know what you're gonna see. Like this last time I was there, I was just walking around. You look up in the sky and there's 15 red and blue macaws just flying overhead.
Yes.
There's all kinds of wildlife out there.
They really put the animal in Animal Kingdom there.
They do. I mean, they've got the monkeys in those middle things that are just swinging around doing whatever. So that's cool to see. You've got the nature trails. You can see. I think that's just another cool thing. Like, I mean, Disney World is cool, but like just seeing animals like a giant gorilla and tigers and stuff like that is awe-inspiring in itself. You do the nature trails, you get to see all those cool animals that you're not really going to get to see anywhere else. And just on the animal subject, you have the Kilimanjaro safaris, which
awesome experience.
Besides Pandora and Everest is going to have besides Pandora, it's going to have the longest wait in Animal Kingdom. I mean,
that queue is not great.
That's probably something I'd try to get a fast pass for.
That I've waited in that line multiple times.
Even with the fast pass, you're probably going to wait 30, 40 minutes. I mean,
the line is so terrible.
It's a long line, but besides Pandora, that's my second must do on a one-day trip.
It's a must do.
To absolutely for Animal Kingdom. I mean, it is so so cool just to see all the animals out there. I mean, you have the lions, you've got wildebeest, you've got wild dogs, you've got elephants, giraffes, rhinos, hippos. I mean, you name it, it's out there. And I mean, regardless of the safari, you do get to see a lot. If you can, do it in the morning or do it in the evening because that's when the animals are most active and when they feed them.
Right.
So you're going to get the most bang for your buck there, but definitely another
That's
plus.
a very big point to drive home is that if you go on there midday, you really might not have a great of opportunity.
Yeah, right.
Because
It's so
some of these
hot,
things.
and they're all going to be in the shade trying to.
Yeah,
trying
you
to
can't
stay
always
cool,
see
but-
what you're promised to see.
Right. And just kind of on the topic of staying cool, another ride that I put on my list is Cali River Rapids.
Oh, yep.
For those of you that hadn't ridden, it's just a basic water flume rapid ride. With a Disney twist. It is a little better because it's a Disney ride, but it is at the end of the day a flume ride. Little asterisk. Again, this is one I do more in the beginning of the day to midday because if you do it late in the day, you're not going to have a chance to dry off, and it might be a little miserable. But it is fun. There is a drop. You do get wet. It's a good way to cool down. So a good way to waste some time in Animal Kingdom. Plus, the wait's usually not that long. So you're getting a lot done there, a lot of bang for your buck. The Tree of Life, another one of my favorite things about the Animal Kingdom. I've been into Disney a ton of times, and every time I look at the tree, I always see something new that I haven't noticed before. It's so elaborate. There's so much going on there. It's just kind of cool to check out. There's also an attraction inside of it. It's tough to be a bug. Not my favorite Animal Kingdom attraction, but it's kind of just something you have to do when you're there. It's
Right.
It's
It is not as a huge not family friendly.
do not bring kids to it. It's not to be a bug. Don't do it.
Do not.
Everyone thinks it's a kid friendly ride.
No.
I feel like it's kind of advertised as a kid friendly
It
ride.
is.
It is not.
But you think of Bug's Life.
Exactly.
I freaked out.
If you sit in
when
that
I was in
as
there.
an adult, you sit in that ride, you get annoyed because every kid in there is screaming and
Yeah,
crying, and it's
right.
not a kid ride.
It even rattles me up a little bit. I still am like, I'm jumpy in there.
I've got PTSD from that ride. As a
Right.
kid.
Yes. I
was
still have
not a fan.
as like a 5-year-old. I have vivid memories of this.
I was not a fan, but as an adult, one day trip,
Definitely.
do it. Set to be a bug. You're not going to wait long. You're going to get, it's fun. You should do it. Don't bring your kids.
Do not.
Moving on from that, probably I would say my favorite show. If one of my favorite shows is not my favorite show in all of Disney World, The Lion King. It's now on Broadway. It's turning into a huge thing. Plus, the new movie came out. But
Right.
The Lion King show in Animal Kingdom is a definite must see. The singing's amazing. The animatronics are really cool. All the special effects and all the stunts performers do are definitely something to see. It's not that long of a show, so you're not going to burn up a bunch of your time. And it's just another really cool thing to do in Animal Kingdom.
I've seen it on YouTube and stuff. I've never seen it in person.
Really,
Right.
Of all the times you've been, you've never seen
Lion King in person.
Wow. It's definitely something to see. It's really, really cool. Another show that I feel like a lot of people don't have on the list, but it's definitely a favorite on my list. It used to be Flights of Wonder. It's now called Up, A Great Bird Adventure. Basically the same show. They just added Russell and Doug from the movie Up. But it's a bird show where they bring out all these cool birds. You get to see macaws, vultures, hawks, owls. And, they just kind of educate you on the birds, but it's just really cool to see, birds of prey that big. They're flying literally inches above your head.
Right.
And at the end, they bring out an American eagle, which is really, really just really cool to see an American eagle. I feel like a lot of people don't get to see bald eagles, American eagles. It's just kind of a cool educational show about birds, and it's one of my favorite little things. I also love animals, which is I might be a little biased towards the Animal Kingdom, but I love it. It's a good place to spend some time. As far as the food goes, I think Magic Kingdom might have a little edge on Animal Kingdom as far as food goes. They definitely don't have as much of a variety as the Magic Kingdom does. It's certainly not as Epcot does, but they still have a lot of good places to eat. You got Tamu refreshments. You've got the new restaurant Tiffin's, which is right before you get into to Pandora. That's more of a fine dining type deal. Like you're gonna have to probably gonna need reservations, and it's gonna be expensive dinner, but it's definitely really, really good food. I think as far as like quick service goes, Animal Kingdom might have the edge on Magic Kingdom just because.
That's definitely. It's definitely up for debate for sure.
Their quick service restaurants have a little different, spins on stuff. Whereas Magic Kingdom, you're gonna get the classic chicken nuggets, kids burger, salad, stuff like that. Whereas in Animal Kingdom, you've got pulled pork sandwiches, you've got crazy nachos and stuff like that.
I think they definitely have the leg up for sure.
Yeah, so they have a little few differences for the quick service side of things, which I think is a big plus for Animal Kingdom. And if we were talking about a one day Disney vacation 3-4 years ago, I 100% would have said Magic Kingdom or Epcot because you're going to be able to stay there all day and all night. Whereas Animal Kingdom, you didn't have anything going on at night. You had to be out of the park by 5 or 6.
True.
But now they have that stuff to do.
They
at
added
night.
it.
Now
yeah.
they've got you can do nighttime safaris. All the rides are open later. They have their own nighttime show, Rivers of Light, which is, if I'm going to be honest, it's not the best show out of all the nighttime shows in Disney.
I haven't even seen it.
It's not the best show, but it is something to do at night. You can be there at night, drinking, whatever you want to do.
Now, would you recommend jumping on a ride instead of seeing the show?
Instead of Rivers of Light?
Yeah.
For a one-day vacation? Yeah, absolutely.
You suggest hopping on something?
Absolutely, because, a majority of people are going to be there to watch the show, whereas and you can hop on the rides at night. Now, I don't know if they have all the rides running late at night. I know that they definitely shut some down. I think Everest is running and Dinosaur and stuff like that, but they do shut, some of the rides down at night, so you're not going to be able to do everything. But a lot of the stuff is going to be open. So I do recommend skipping that show. If you really want to see it, by all means, it's your vacation, do what you want. But I think it's a good time to get on some more rides during your one day, trip to the park.
I think if you're gonna watch a show, it should be the show in Magic Kingdom.
Oh, a nighttime show.
Yeah.
If you're in Magic Kingdom,
if you're in the game for a show, you're going to that one.
If you're doing a one day vacation at Magic Kingdom, you have to do Happily Ever After.
Yes.
It is incredible. I mean, the light show alone that they put on the castle,
amazing.
It is something to see. I mean, if you go to Magic Kingdom, that's probably the thing you're going to be talking about the whole after.
Right, you're taking 1,000 videos and pictures of that.
It is incredible. If you haven't seen it, it's an absolute must do. Even if you have seen it, I'd still watch it.
Yes,
it's crazy.
For sure.
It's amazing. But Rivers of Light, definitely something to skip. And I think that's something we didn't really hit on is stuff you might not want to do on your one day vacation. For me in Animal Kingdom, I'm not doing the Nemo show. I'm not doing the Nemo show on a 10-day vacation. I mean, it's not my favorite thing in Disney. I definitely prefer the Tarzan show that was there before it. Not a big fan of Finding Nemo. I mean, if you have kids, I get it. I understand that. Everyone loves Nemo.
I think a lot of kids are not even at our age of kids. We were Nemos, but it's not even about that anymore.
It is getting a little long in the tooth.
Right.
I think they're going to be trying to find a replacement for that relatively soon, but definitely not something I'm doing on a one-day vacation. Honestly, besides that, in Animal Kingdom, I think it's fair game. Primeval Whirl, another great ride to get on. You're not going to wait a long time.
I'm not a huge fan of Primeval Whirl.
It's got a great bang for your buck. I think it's a
great bang for your buck.
I think it's a ton of fun.
Okay.
For sure.
If I'm there by myself, right, and I'm walking by it, I am walking by it.
Why?
Unless someone says, "All right, let's go do it."
What do you have against Primeval Whirl?
It's just not something I'm like jumping to get on.
It's
all right.
So
it's
fun.
It's fun. I'd ride it. I mean, I've ridden it obviously a few times, but I wouldn't make it a priority at Animal Kingdom.
I think it's fun, and I mean
a priority.
No, definitely not a priority.
Okay,
but like, if you're waiting on a fast pass or you got crazy waits,
hop on, right? Yeah, I can get on.
You just get off a dinosaur; it's right there.
Yes.
Why not? You're right there. I think it's something you should definitely try to think about when you're there. I mean, obviously, if you're by yourself, you're not going to be doing the boneyard. You probably aren't going to be going to conservation station, stuff like that, unless you just want to ride the train. Again, another thing you do in Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom is ride the train.
The conservation station is, I don't know.
If you're with people and it's cool, it's nice to see
it's
the
cool.
animals.
It's a cool experience. Yes, it's cool.
Sometimes they're doing surgeries on animals you get to see there.
Wow, really? I did not know that.
They have animal presentations. They bring out turtles and stuff to see.
I think that's a really good thing for kids.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun to see. I mean, I'm 24 and I like it. I know I'm a little different than everyone else, but it's cool to see.
I like it, and I like also they have a lot of facts about keeping the earth clean.
Right,
and I'm all about that. I'm all about teaching anyone, especially kids, all about it.
On a one-day vacation, that's gonna take an hour of your time.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
Again, though, if you want to ride the train, love the train. You can do the same thing in Magic Kingdom. You can ride the train as long as you want.
Right.
It's something fun to do.
Something to sit down if you're too tired of walking.
Right. If you're too tired of walking, if you've already gotten everything you wanted to do done, it's a good way to spend some time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Maybe we could talk about the fast pass situation, like what you would do for your fast passes. If I'll start first with the Animal Kingdom. If it were me, and I had a one-day vacation, it's probably not planned in advance, so I'm probably not getting any advanced fast passes, which means I'm not getting fast passes for anything in Pandora. My first fast pass would probably be for Kilimanjaro Safaris, because that's going to be the biggest way.
Do you think you'll get that day of though?
Day of, if I got it if I'm up in the morning, I don't have anything planned before that. Yeah, you're definitely gonna get at least be able to get that, and then after that,
I totally agree with that. I think it's a must.
after
must
that,
get
I'm probably
fast
gonna
pass.
get Dinosaur,
Right.
and I'm not gonna pre-plan anymore before that because I'm gonna have to wait way too late at night. Whereas if I use those two up first, I'll probably have a better chance of getting something
Yeah, I agree.
else later that day.
Yep.
As far as trying to get on a ride in Pandora, your best bet's gate drop and just going right there to Flight of Passage. Forget the river journey. The river journey is really cool, but Flight of Passage is, in my opinion, the best attraction in all of Walt Disney World currently. I haven't ridden anything in Galaxy's Edge yet, but
Are you
right
saying
now,
new attraction or
of any attraction,
Wow.
Flight of Passage
okay?
is mind blowing.
We need to get there.
Oh yeah,
I need to get on that.
planning for May.
Right.
But Flight of Passage, rope drop. Run
You're
right
heading
there.
straight there.
You're gonna wait 20, 30 minutes, unless you're an Olympic
So
sprinter.
what's
But
normal wait time is what? We're looking at what? 1
Flight
to
of
2
Passage?
hours?
3 hours.
Oh.
On a normal Disney day, you're waiting 3 hours for that.
I just don't even know if I could get myself.
I don't know
to do it.
I don't know now with Galaxy's Edge open. I'm sure a lot
Right,
of crowds are going to
right.
be there, so it might be a little less now. But when I was there, 3 hours was easy on Flight of Passage. But again, you need to run there. You need to get that done. After that, it's fair game as far as fast passes go and everything. What about for Magic Kingdom?
Magic Kingdom, I think I should really highlight the mountains as getting fast passes for. I don't know, Thunder Mountain usually has a pretty good size wait, and I'd say it's...
Yeah, I feel like a lot of families like to rush there
Right.
because kids, like we said, it's a good family ride. So
It's a great
you can
family
take
ride.
everyone on
And
there.
I think that's something I'd get a fast pass for. What else? I'm trying to pull up my list right now.
Yeah, you got to kind of think of the tiers. So, if you're getting one for one of the mountains, you got to go to a second tier ride. So, if it were me, I think I'd be thinking like Buzz Lightyear, Peter Pan,
Yes,
maybe something like that.
If I were to choose if I'm by myself, if I were to choose between Buzz Lightyear or Peter Pan, I'm choosing Peter Pan.
I'm not
no
choosing
doubt.
Peter Pan.
You're choosing Buzz by yourself?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really?
I'm choosing Buzz, Pirates of the Caribbean, pretty much anything but Peter Pan. I like Peter Pan, but I don't know. It's just I'm not doing that. I'm not waiting in that line.
Well, that's what how long's the fast pass line afterwards?
Exactly. You're still waiting in the fast
It's a gamble for sure.
It's a busy ride.
I'd say if I'm picking 3, I'm doing Thunder Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, Peter Pan. I think I'm
Little unorthodox, I'd say, but to each his own. If I'm picking 3, tier 1, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, 10 out of 10, 100%.
10 out of 10.
Doing that.
Oh my god.
Best ride in Magic Kingdom.
What?
After that, I'm getting a fast pass for Buzz Lightyear, getting the high score, Galactic Hero.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be trying to get a fast pass for Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, or Thunder Mountain after that. And I'm
So what are you choosing for the mountains though? What are you specifically going to choose? Which mountain?
Probably Space Mountain. It's my favorite of the 3.
It's reasonable.
It's my favorite of the 3. And then, in between there, I'm getting food at a quick dining place or a big cinnamon bun.
Right.
I'm hanging out. I'm going to be watching some of the street shows.
That's a great thing about Magic Kingdom is all the street shows.
Yeah, there is stuff to do, and not as much to do as there is in Animal Kingdom. It's not as big, but there is stuff to do. Magic Kingdom I think would be a great second choice behind Animal Kingdom. But I don't think you could go. Honestly, I don't think you could go wrong choosing between both. I
agree. I think as a one-day trip, are we talking first timers? Or are we just talking one-day trips?
I don't know. You can whichever way you want to.
If we were saying first timers and one-day trip, I'd say Magic Kingdom for sure. But I'm talking me specifically.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. If you were a first timer and you haven't been to Disney before and you're down there for whatever reason, but you only have one day, I think you're gonna make the best memories and get the most out of it at Magic Kingdom.
For sure. But I think
if you're someone who goes a lot or has been before and you're just trying to get the most done and see the most and do the most stuff,
yep,
I think Animal Kingdom's a better choice.
I can agree with that almost.
But I don't think you could go.
If I'm talking personally, I'm going to go to Magic Kingdom for a day.
Yeah, I'm going to Animal Kingdom, but I don't think you could go wrong.
You can't.
Either way. I don't think you could go wrong either way, really, going to Epcot either. I just think the one mistake you could make is trying to go to Hollywood Studios for one day.
Yeah.
Even with Star Wars Land just opening up,
yeah,
there's not that much to do. It's crazy crowded because it has the 2 newest lands. It has Toy Story Land. It has Star Wars Land. There's going to be 1 million people there.
I would not choose that for my. Listen, if it's over Epcot, I don't even. That's hard for me to even decide.
They've got all kinds of construction going on.
Right.
They've got the Skyliner stuff going on. The parking lot's a mess.
I don't know. I couldn't even pick between Epcot or Hollywood Studios if I had to go choose
Right
for
now,
one day.
it'd be Epcot. 10
You're
out of
you're
10.
100% sure? Wow. Okay.
Wouldn't
I'd
even
have
be
to think
debate.
about it. I'd really have to think
I would
about
just
it.
go to Epcot and eat all the good food.
Right,
and,
right.
And do all that. But I'm staying away from Hollywood Studios on a one-day trip.
It's reasonable. You can't even.
That's the one thing I am for sure about. Is
Yeah.
I'm not going to a water park. I mean, I might go to Animal Kingdom till 8 or 9 at night. Head over to Disney Springs. Hate myself in the morning because I'm gonna have a really early flight. But I'd be out all night at Disney Springs doing whatever, and
Yeah.
that'd be my day at Disney.
That's fair.
But again, either way, I think
Can't go wrong.
yeah. And any
All right.
two of those parks, if you're a huge Epcot person, if you want to do there, I mean, not my thing. But if you want to do that, another good choice. But as long as you're not going to Hollywood Studios, you're gonna have yourself a good day.
All right. With both of our opinions out of the way, let's jump into a little housekeeping here.
Well, housekeeping. All right. So, I mean, with this being one of our first podcasts, we are still trying to figure things out, iron out the kinks and everything like that. But eventually what we'd like to do is have some way for you guys to ask questions, either live right here on the show or a little before. That way we can answer your questions either at the beginning of the podcast or the end of the podcast or, throw in the middle or whatever. But we are moving towards that direction, so keep a lookout on that. As far as, what we want out of this podcast, what we want to do with this podcast, what we really want to do is just kind of have an open forum. We want to be able to answer your questions out and help you guys as best we can. We have a lot of knowledge about Disney and Disney parks and stuff like that. We're always learning more. And, we just want to try to help you guys out and share that knowledge as best we can. And we're not really ones to, sugarcoat things about Disney. Like, we love Disney just as much as the next guy, but they're not perfect, and we're going to call them out on the stuff that we don't think is right or we don't like or we think they're doing wrong. So we think a lot of the other people not that we think they're bad podcasts. We love everyone else who's doing Disney podcasts and everything, but we feel like people have a tendency to kind of go with the status quo and not really say what they're really feeling because they're afraid of Disney and of what people think about their opinions. But we're not like that. We're going to say how we what we really feel, what we really think. So we think that kind of sets us apart.
For sure. I think, really just hit that home is that we're trying to break away from the normal mold of Disney, even reaction videos or news videos or podcasts.
Right, we're trying to be as be
open.
Unique.
We're trying to be open.
Right.
We want questions. We want to do Q&As. We want a lot of audience feedback.
Right, we plan on doing interviews, having people on the show.
Right.
Famous Disney people on the show, stuff like that. So that'll all be coming down the pipeline in the future. If you want to follow us on social media, we're on Instagram at Disney Patrol _. We're on Facebook as Disney Patrol Blog, which we also have a blog. That's actually where we started. So if you want to check out our blog, we have a bunch of great articles on there. That's at DisneyPatrolBlog.com. And besides that, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you in the future.